matchup, no doubt. Wade, this would have been a great matchup out on the football field. But when you look at the basketball court, I think it could be even better here tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Valley's a little banged up, but they're a very talented team. Got a lot of those football kids that play basketball on both sides of the teams tonight. Should be a really good game.
In fact, Valley, you mentioned, banged up. Eli Raridan, outstanding football recruit, averaging over 20 a game, is out for the rest of the season. But who are they going to rely on, Wade, to guide them the rest of the way?
Yeah, so Valley has one of the toughest matchups in the state. Ruat Bijak, 6'9" senior, averaging about 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, but really he's almost a point forward. Can handle the ball, can shoot it. He's a really good player.
Well, for the Southeast Polk Rams, this is a team that's trying to get their legs back underneath of them. They had a disastrous game before Christmas break against Marshalltown, but man, are they looking to improve under their leader.
Really young team, and they're led by Riley Edwards, the 6'3" junior, one of the best young scorers in the state, averaging 22 points a game, kind of a point guard / two guard. He can really put the ball in the basket.
Well, these two teams are going to look to bang and get up and down the court. Great matchup in store. It's Valley and Southeast Polk when we return here on MC 22. 2006. Tigers won the last 3 meetings. In fact, the last win for Southeast Polk was back in 2020, in which they won by 9 here on this same floor. So for tonight, as we look at it, the starting lineups, we mentioned the Valley Tigers, a little bit of a shake-up. Big shake-up. If you're missing 20 points a game, they're going to try to bounce back with Grebengoed, Bijek, Morrow, Curtis Stinson Jr., and how about Purdue getting his first start of the season? And for the Southeast Polk Rams, well, same starting lineup they've had throughout the season. Connor Moberly, Riley Edwards, Cantrell, Robbins, and Caden Proctor getting the nod at center tonight for the Rams. And Wade, when you look at it and you draw up keys to the game, what do the Valley Tigers need to do here tonight?
It's a tough trip. Road game on a weeknight, and they just first game back without Eli. Just got to learn how to play without him. Could be a NFL tight end. He's that athletic, that good, but just got to find a way, like you said, to find some more points. And they got to slow down Edwards. Riley Edwards is averaging 22 for Polk. Their next leading score is only averaging about 11. So they really got to slow him down, make him earn his baskets. And then for Polk here with home, first game back for break, contain the dribble drive. Valley's got really good guards. 2 freshmen are really talented. Mason Morrow, the quarterback, they're going to try to get to the rim. And they got to finish strong. Get off to a good start, be strong inside, and just, start good, but start solid, but then really finish really well on the back end, which they haven't done all the time this year.
We'll be back with the tip-off when we return here on MC22. Five-star for the future, and Eli Raridan, but he's out with a torn ACL, out for the rest of the season. But I'm telling you what, there's some good basketball on hand here tonight. The Rams wearing their home whites with yellow numbers trimmed in black. The Valley Tigers away blacks with orange trimmed in white. So the officials have been given the go light, and in the middle it's going to be Bijek and Proctor, and Valley will win the opening tip. A little bit of a makeshift lineup here for the Tigers, and immediately they nearly turn it over. It's going to stay with Valley here as Grevengood was able to get the handle.
I always think it's interesting that first game back after break. You know, these teams haven't played now in over 2 weeks. Polk was supposed to have a scrimmage with Cedar Falls. The weather got bad. I'm sure Valley tried to do something, but again, it's almost like starting over. You have a couple days off the break as you get a look at BJ Windhorst here, the head coach for Valley, doing a great job again at Valley. Knows a lot about the game of basketball. But yeah, so I think both teams kind of want to get that rust off.
You can scrimmage all you want to, and these teams did during the winter break, but nothing like live game action with the lights on. The Rams trying to get going here early, something they have not done in a couple of games. They'll fire the three, can't get it to go, and Kerdew with the rebound. Back.
Yeah, just pretty good shot there by Lincoln Cantrell. You know, both teams going to show a lot of patience. Again, without Eli Reardon for Valley, they got to kind of find their way offensively. And then Polk really, they try to slow it down, be very deliberate.
The three from the corner that rolls through for the Valley Tigers. And how about that? Bijek on the board first for Valley.
And that's a great start for him. You know, he comes in averaging 11 and 5, but his scoring is going to have to step way up now again with Eli Reardon being gone.
One going to be tipped around and will come down to Dew.
You know, Kerdew stepping in that lineup. It's nice to bring in a 6'8" kid like that who's athletic and can move off the bench then into your starting lineup. Good defense there by Riley Edwards.
Yeah, able to get the block on Stinson Jr.
Good job there by Valley getting back on D, kind of slowing down that semi-break.
And a little hand check at the top. Going to be called on Cade Grevengood.
Well, we saw it. I think, you know, both coaches watched that as we get a look here at Alan Jenkins in his 4th year at Southeast Polk. Really doing a good job. You know, such a young team, and, you know, something where he's got kids that fight. And he said sometimes they'll go 4 sophomores and a freshman.
Turnover here by the Rams. They're trying to get it to Proctor, a concerted effort with that size advantage inside.
Yeah, the offense kind of goes through Caden. You know, he'll get a touch, and either he's pretty good with his feet, good moves.
Fade away out there, and the rebound to Edwards.
And if they cover him, he just kicks it back out.
5:46 to play here in the opening quarter.
And this is where Polk really just has to find a way. Everything is difficult for them to score. You know, Riley Edwards there, just too much dribbling, but you know, they don't get a lot of easy baskets, and that's one thing they're going to have to find here tonight.
Stinson can't get it to fall. Dew with the kick out. Stinson again. That three off the mark. Bijek, his putback knocked away that time by Moberly.
Good defense there by the sophomore Connor Moberly, but well, that's a lot of offensive rebounds already for Valleys. We're going to look at Ruat here. Pretty good move, and just, you know, kind of a double block there by Pope.
Robbins was able to get his hand on it. Grevengood shot off the mark, but he was ran into.
You know, Pope's got a lot of size on the wings there. You see Lincoln Cantrell come out and get the block. He's 6'7". Riley Edwards 6'3". The Moberly kid's 6'4", but it's a set play there for Valley. And I think they're going to say after the shot. I don't know how that's not a shooting foul.
Right. Let's take a look.
It's a good set play right here. Grevengood comes out, and maybe right call. Kind of on the block out.
A little hip check.
Yeah, these officials called a lot of fouls in that girls' game, and I know both head coaches, as you see another one, they saw that, and you got to tell your kids, hey, we got to adjust. There's already been 4 fouls called in 3 minutes.
Moberly picks up the foul there, second against Southeast Polk. Now for 3.
It's a good look there, though, by Mason Morrow. I'm sorry, by Grevengood, and I think PJ Windhorst, the Valley coach, will live with that shot. It's just something where, you know, You're wide open, got to put it up.
This game getting off to a slow start offensively.
Especially for Polk. You know, I think Valley's gotten some good looks, just haven't got anything to fall. But yeah, Polk has another turnover. They're just trying to force too much. And
here's Purdue.
That's a good strong move right there by the big fella. When the big man runs the court, you got to reward him.
They did. They feed and he fired. 5-0 Valley. Three off the mark.
Yeah, Cantrell again. That's going to be a foul. Yeah. The Polk's just got to, you know, I think good things happen when the big fella touches the ball. You know, he either's going to score, or you just see another big here. Purdue. He's a big body. You know, it's something where his best basketball is ahead of him. You know, he's a senior, but really hasn't played a lot for Valley. But he's got potential to play somewhere in college. Kids that big take their time and kind of, you know, work on their game. He's going to be okay.
So the Tigers go to their bench. Travion Carson into the contest for the first time. Southeast Polk with their starting 5. Bijic's shot can't get it to fall. And they're going to get Bijic with the foul.
That's still a good move there by Ruat. You know, that's what a college basketball player looks like. 6'9", long. I think he's got a couple good looks. He just, you know, he's got to get stronger, obviously, for one thing. But, boy, he knocked down that 3 earlier. He's got a lot of skills, and, you know, some colleges are looking at him and trying to figure out what he wants to do. But he's got a chance to be a really good player.
First time Proctor got the ball entered and gets it swatted away by Dew. Into the front court for the Tigers, and an illegal screen is going to be called against Bijic, and that's not what Valley needs right now. Is Bijic to be sitting on the bench.
Yeah, you know, Caden Proctor's going to be an NFL offensive lineman, and, you know, he's really good down low. It's just, you know, Purdue is 6'8", 220, and sometimes that happens. Don't make the big fella mad, though.
Rams looking to enter it again. Now they do. They get it to Moberly on the block, trying to body his way there. Gets it blocked and gets the putback. How about that stick-to-itiveness out of Caden Proctor to get the Rams' first points of the night?
Well, Caden hasn't played the last 2 games. They were worried about his knees. You see that big brace on there. He got it looked at, and it was just tendonitis, and he's okay. But, you know, give that kid a lot of credit for playing. He doesn't have to be out here playing. He could be lifting weights somewhere. You know, he's going to be a big-time college football player, maybe even a pro, probably even a pro. But, you know, coming out here getting 12 and 7 and helping his team, playing with his buddies.
At 3 off the mark, Rams able to save it in. So each team shooting very cold. Riley Edwards trying to heat it up. Not there. Now Stinson Jr.
Yeah, I think it's just something where, you know, just you can get that shot anytime, whether you're Travion Carson or Riley Edwards. Get some touches, get some passes. I think something again with that break and the rust, but get some layups. You know, your first shot back like this, make it an easy one. Kind of see the ball go through the basket and then work from there. But a lot of quick shots, both sides.
Rams, before the Christmas break, had a record of 3-4. 9 players on the roster were on that football team that was honored in between games for the state championship. Really, Coach Jenkins said they're still learning how to play basketball. As Mason Morrow tried to take it to the rack.
Speaking of football, Mason Morrow's a really good high school quarterback for the Valley Tigers this year.
We're ready to shoot some free throws here.
You know, it's interesting, you know, big schools, still dual sport types of kids, 3 sport types of kids, and well, that's great to see. You know, I think it's terrific in this day and age where, you know, kids specialize by the time they're, you know, in junior high. But Mason Morrow, Caden Proctor, Eli Reardon before he got hurt, you know, a lot of kids out there, multi-sport kids.
Zeb Hinsey checking into the game for the first time. Zeb, a sophomore.
Zeb's a good player. You know, it's another one of those young kids that has got to keep improving, got to keep getting better for Polk. And I think Coach Alan Jenkins is just kind of trying to look for somebody that can, stop turning it over, play some defense, and much better move there by Riley Edwards. Again, going to the basket. He didn't settle for the three. Last possession, I think he shot that shot. This time he goes inside, draws the foul. As a scorer, you just want to, again, see that ball go through the basket, whether it's a free throw, a layup, something to kind of get you going.
Purdue called for the foul. Edwards' free throw is connected on. Riley, an excellent free throw shooter. But you're right, just trying to break off the rust in the doldrums.
Lots of doldrums over break.
Yeah.
Numerous doldrums.
It's a 1-point game here with under 1:50 to play in the opening quarter here with Wade looking. Bill, BJ Shaven along with you at Southeast Polk High School.
Both teams are playing hard. The ball's not going in, but I think they're, taking decent shots, and it's something where they're just, not going in.
Kiki Dang into the lineup here for the Valley Tigers. The kick out. The three ball, again, Valley's had a tough time from three-point range. And that ball will go out of bounds. 1:30 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think you saw there, Valley shooting a lot more threes, whereas a month ago that would have been get the ball inside to Eli Reardon, let him go to work, draw the double team, then kick it out. And now it's just, they don't have that inside presence. Because even though Bijek's 6'9", he's more of a wing player.
Tigers lead it by 1. Rams go for their first lead of the game here on the possession. Here's Edwards trying to get some space. Left it short, and the rebound comes down to Morrow. Great pass ahead to Carson. Can't finish it. And the rebound to Hines.
Again, there's Zeb coming in. Nice little rebound. Got two of them, and Will Sparker off the bench.
We can hear the shoes squeaking out on the floor. These teams are after it. Morrow with the steal and finish.
Something like that might get them going offensively, just to get that easy basket. Because they have been hard to come by here this first quarter, for sure. Both teams.
You had an idea it was going to be a little bit of a grudge match between the two. Of course, Valley doing the reshuffling of the lineup. The Rams trying to get their shooting stroke down.
Big possession here for Polk. They want to, get something positive at the end of the quarter.
Here's Hines on the drive. Clock winding down. 3 off the mark. Valley going to have to go. Dang. The heave. And it's a 7-4 game through the first 8 minutes of play. The Valley Tigers playing some tough defense that's leading to some offense. They lead it by 3. Tigers lead it. There's a great look at Eli Reardon right now wearing the Notre Dame vestie, if you will. And, of course, our thoughts with him as he recovers after surgery. And he's looking forward to getting on campus in South Bend, Indiana next fall for the Irish. But right now he's turned into part-time assistant coach. Teammate on the bench. Here's Proctor. Boy, got the ball, entered, and gets it to go through. Caden Proctor can really finish towards the rim.
He's got great hands and great feet. He's obviously not going to go up and dunk on you, but he's a wide load in there, and when he gets the ball down low, he's got good feet, make a move, get a basket. They got to get him more touches, draw some fouls. Bijek's back in the game with those 2 fouls. Can they get his third maybe?
And how about this? Back-to-back buckets.
Connor Moberly. We talked, struggled a little bit from the field, but getting 7 rebounds a game as a sophomore. He hit 16 the other night against Dowling.
Now the kick out, the 3. Grevengood can't get it to fall. Stinson with the rebound to Morrow. The kick out. Here's Dang. And Bally with the rebound, and Proctor with the big block.
More subs in the game. Now sophomore Bruce Johnson in the game. You got the freshman here, Bodie Miller, trying to make something happen.
Now the outlet ahead to Morrow. Goes underneath to Bijic, and he'll draw contact and will go to the line.
That's a good foul though by the sophomore Bruce Johnson. He's in the game. Make Ruat go to the free throw line, earn those points. This is the place, so I think, where as Ruat puts on weight, gets stronger, that might be an and one in a couple years. He's so long, so talented. He just trying to figure the game out, but right there, got to be a little stronger, go up with it, and again, try to get the N1.
76% free throw shooter on the year. Caden Grevengood will check back into the game. And Bijic misses both, so the Rams preserve this 1-point lead.
And here you see, even on the missed basket, Polk is really deliberate. They want to kind of slow the game down. Get Riley Edwards some touches. Bodie Miller, the freshman. Bodie Goodman, the freshman, at 26 against Lincoln earlier in the year. He can really shoot it.
Proctor again on the block. Pump fakes. Oh, Caden Proctor going off. He's got 6.
He's really skilled. I saw Polk play against Waukee Northwest, and he had 18 and 10, and he makes every shot inside. Again, really want to slow it down. And I think it's Valley. You got to be patient. You got to pick your spots. They know where it's going. It's going back inside, and good steal again there by Mason Morrow. That's his second.
He's able to finish. He's got 4. And a timeout going to be taken here by Valley. 10-9 our score with 5:32 to play here in the first half. So the scoring's picked up here in the second, led by Caden Proctor. But also Morrow able to get a couple of steals here tonight. What do you think BJ Windhorst is looking for right here?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to find some flow. Just, both teams are struggling with that identity, and there's just no continuity to the offense. And, get something, get an easy basket, maybe set up a half-court press, do something different to try to jumpstart the team, and then just, grind it out defensively, be smart, pick your spots, get steals like that, like you see right here with Mason Morrow, and the big man inside. No foul there. There's no foul. Just bounces off that big body.
I don't see Caden Proctor, people wanting to go into the lane against him. He probably doesn't take charges. He gives charges when people charge in there.
Literally 6'8", 320, but solid kid. Won't be 17 till July. That is a young junior, I tell you.
Works it on the baseline. Now the kick out. Here's Moberly.
Right there. See, that's where Caden draws the defense. You got to help a little bit, just enough. And there's Connor Moberly with his second basket. We just saw him get that layup again. Get that flow going. See the ball go in the basket. Good things happen.
There was a player who wanted to get a confidence boost. It would be Moberly. The first part of the season, his shot just wasn't there as Proctor picks up the foul here.
You see the skill that Caden Proctor has. He knows the game. The double team comes, find the open man. Pretty good set there by Polk. Ruat missed 2 last time at the line. Make it 3. There's something, the girls' game went really late. The sophomore game went double overtime. Girls' game, a lot of fouls. Then they honored the football team. I think we started an hour and 15 minutes later than the kids thought they were going to play. And that's not a big thing, but it's just something that with that routine. You put that, you mix that in with Valley losing their best player, Eli Reardon, with the break. It takes a while to kind of get back in that flow. I think both teams have been a little better offensively here in the second half.
where's Polk going to go now with Proctor out of the game? How are they going to get some touches? And almost like a 5-out set here.
Riley Edwards, the team's leading scorer, looking to ignite the offense. Driving it is Sam Good. With the Rams using a lot of players here tonight that don't normally or haven't seen a whole lot of action in the first part of the season. And of course, Coach Jenkins saying they're just getting their legs underneath of them. Goodman will swing it around.
Yeah, he talked about Sam Good. You know, it's his first game back. Had a knee injury he's been trying to fight through. Good rebound there by the sophomore Bruce Johnson. Those are the plays that win you games. Get you another possession.
This is going to stay with Southeast Polk. So 13-10, you mentioned Valley's game against the team from Kansas City. They were actually in that game prior to the injury against Staley High School, and it ended up falling by 21.
It's just not a foul. It's basketball. You know, I don't know.
That foul on Curtis Stinson Jr. And that's going to be the 5th team foul, 7 already on Southeast Polk.
Good look there at B.J. Windhorse. You know, he was the head coach here at Southeast Polk years ago and made it all the way to the state finals. Lost to that really good Ames team with Harrison Barnes and Doug McDermott. And, you know, B.J.'s done a great job, won state titles at Valley, and he can coach. Was a great player at Drake. Oh, had 40 in a conference game in the Valley. Clarinda.
Ultimate competitor. In fact, Southwest Iowa connection between the two coaches. Alan Jenkins from Atlantic. As you see the bucket put down by Bijic.
Yeah, Alan was a really good player himself. Played with on those Atlantic teams with Brett Meyer, the quarterback at Iowa State. He was a really good basketball player also in high school. Good athlete. See, that's just something Polk can't do. You know, they got to be better than that. And you know, it's one thing to make a bad pass or get a charge as you're going to the basket, but you know, Riley Edwards just kind of dribbling around and gets called for Paulman. This is where Curtis Stinson's really good down there. He's just a big kid. Got to be a little stronger in that move. A lot of offensive rebounds for Valley.
The follow-up put down by Carson.
Trinidad's done a good job coming off the bench, looking for a shot, been aggressive offensively.
So we got ourselves a seesaw battle here, 14-13. Valley out in front. They're trying to drive it in here. Is Goodman, and he has it stolen away. Grevin Good, count it.
That's a really good steal and finish there by Cade. You know, that's the 3rd time now we saw Mason Morrow get those other 2 runouts. You know, Polk just a little lazy with the pass, and kids are athletes from Valley. You know, you talk about, again, multi-sport kids and seniors that have played a lot of basketball. And Cade's having a really good year, just solid.
Able to knock down the 3-point play, and Valley extends their lead to 4 here.
Yeah, Polk's got to get some of those baskets. You know, Southeast Polk they just have trouble scoring. They don't get a lot of easy baskets, a lot of easy steals and layups like that. But give Valley some credit because they have done a great job defensively tonight.
Coach Jenkins for Southeast Polk taking the timeout here. It'll be a full timeout, 2:34 to play here in the first half. Valley with the advantage here at 17-13. The Tigers, you think they're starting to figure themselves out?
I think so. You know, it's just, again, you got kids that are seniors, that are leaders, whether it's, you know, Bijic, Mason Morrow, even Purdue coming off the bench, as we see here look at the standings. You know, Valley 3-0. Johnson's really good at 4-0. They got some terrific players. Waukees battling, but you know, if you look at Polk at 3-4, they've beaten some good teams. They beat Yankee Centennial. They played Waukee Northwest pretty tough for a while. Beat Dowling Catholic. You know, they just got such a young team, and they just got to quit. They have to quit turning the ball over tonight and limit the offensive rebounds.
So as we break the huddle, we'll take a look at the lineup here for the Valley Tigers. Purdue, Carson out on the floor, who's had some really good minutes. Stinson, along with Morrow and Grevin Good, with 2:34 to play here in the first half. Proctor will come back out on the floor here for Southeast Polk. He's joined by Moberly, Edwards, and along with Cantrell.
Yeah, Southeast Polk was a different team without offensively, especially without Caden Proctor in the game. You know, they didn't have anybody to get touches down low, and you know, Alan Jenkins couldn't wait any longer. Got to get the big fella back in there, and just his presence alone is tough to defend against.
Create some space in the kick out. Now the drive and finish for Carson Robbins.
Carson Robbins, another one of those sophomores, you know, really good defender, and offensively he's getting better for Polk. Every game, every practice, those guys are improving.
Last year, the scene was really dominated by Waukee. As you take a look at the drive and finish that time, great finish there by Kerdew.
He's been really good tonight, active, you know, again, big guy right there, good hands, finishes at the rim.
And a steal here by Trevion Carson. And he'll go to the line to shoot two here. Foul going to be on Riley Edwards.
Yeah, you know, just a lot of it. Again, the sophomore Connor Moberly just kind of gives it away there. You saw the young kids from Polk just passes are different. The speed is different than what they faced last year at the sophomore level or at the freshman level or at the summer league level. And these kids get in the lane quick, and if you don't make a good crisp pass, it's going the other way.
Bodie Goodman into the game. He'll check in for Connor Moberly.
Boy, the Goodman name, that's basketball royalty right there. His grandfather Connie's in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, that'd be his great-grandpa Connie. His grandpa Tom is in as a coach and a player, only one of 3 people in the state. His uncle is in the Hall of Fame, and his late father, Tommy John, is also in the Hall of Fame. Was named one of the top 50 players in the state a few years ago, and he could fill it up and died way too young. And Bodie's young too. Bodie's only 14, and you know, he's out there battling. We talked about he had 26 against Lincoln. Good look there by Lincoln Cantrell, but he's a kid that's got to get better tonight. Got to get better by Friday, because they can't wait on these young kids to improve next year, the year after. They got to get better today, but he can really fill it up. He's going to have a good career here at Southeast Polk.
Morrow with the kick out. Now Stinson. Oh, what a drive and finish by Curtis Stinson Jr.
Curtis is so big, you know, 6'3", that point guard. His shot's been has struggled a little bit, but that'll come. And, you know, he looks like his dad out there, just a big, thick guard, get to the rim. And Riley Edwards, both teams are heating up a little bit now. But,
yeah,
you know, between Curtis Stinson and Kiki, the other freshman guard for Valley, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch to come.
Now Goodman with the steal. And how about the finish down here on this end for the Rams?
Freshman to sophomore right there. Freshman Goodman to the sophomore Robbins. Good little finish there from Southeast Polk.
Now Morrow for 3. And that'll be the end of the half. So it ends in a flurry and ends right where we started, all tied up. It's Southeast Polk and Valley here on the Iowa High School Basketball Game of the Week. are all knotted at 22 here at the half with Wade Lookingbill. I am BJ Shaven as we're getting you ready for the second half. But first, let's take a look back at the first half. Here are the highlights. Got started slow, Wade, but boy, did it ever pick up.
The second quarter was much better, 18 to 15 points scored, and Valley was really good right here defensively getting in those lanes. And I thought Purdue there, the senior, did a really nice job stepping into the starting lineup. And this is something we saw a lot of. Valley jumping the lanes, Mason Morrow here with the finish. Folks just got to have, a little tighter passes. And this kid right here is a problem, a big problem on the football field. And even basketball, got good hands, took his time right there. And good things happen when he touches the ball, realizes the double team, kicks it out to Carter Moberly, knocks down the three, and once again Valley jumps the lane here. Cade Grevengood had a really good first half right there with the steal and one. And this was a big play right before half. Bodie Goodman, the freshman, jumps the lane, passes over to Carson Robbins and got some finish. And that's what got the game tied up at halftime. And it's just something with that first quarter, they both struggled offensively, but much better that second quarter.
Well, as we take a look at the first half statistics, you see the field goal numbers. The three-point shooting, Valley 1 of 13, and they're 3 of 9 from the free throw line. They are led by Riyad Bijic. He's got 6. Caden Proctor leading the way for the Rams. He has 6 as well. The Rams with those 9 turnovers so far in the first half, most of those in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think they were, not only were they turnovers, but I think at least 4 of them led to layups the other way for Valley that just led to immediate points for the Tigers.
Well, when we come back, it'll be time for the second half as the band plays on here at Southeast Polk High School. Tied at 22 is ready to get the second half underway with Wade Lookingbill on BJ Shaven here on MC22. The Valley Tigers looking to get back on track, and in their way, the Rams here tonight. I mean, Second half, we started to see the rust get off of these two teams. What do you anticipate here?
Yeah, you know, Polk outscored Valley 18-15 that second quarter, and they just knocked down a couple threes. I think they're a different team, Southeast Polk is, when Caden Proctor's on the court. You know, they just get him some touches. He either tries to score, kicks it out for an open look, and you know, and Valley's just got to knock down a couple shots. We saw they were 1 for 13 the first half from 3, and they were all pretty good shots. But boy, I like the shot fake, dribble drive, try to get Polk in foul trouble, get some easy shots. But I expect the second half to be like that second quarter, much better offensively.
So here we go. Your starting 5 that has been checked into the game here is Cade Grevengood, Briant Bijic, Mason Morrow, Curtis Stinson Jr., and also Kerr Dew for the Tigers. And for the Rams, it's Edwards, Proctor, Robbins, Cantrell, and Moberly. Actually, Bodie Goodman's going to get the start here in the second half. Freshman will be in the lineup, and he provided a pretty good spark.
You know, just all those young kids kind of, you know, from Polk made a couple bad passes. Bodie did. We saw Connor Moberly get the ball stolen. As we look at Bodie Goodman again, basketball royalty with that last name. But you talked about that steal right before half. You know, again, that might get him going, because Bodie, even though he's a young kid, he can really shoot the basketball. And that's something, again, double down on Caden, kick it out for Bodie, see if he can knock down some shots.
Into the corner, Bijic.
That's just how the game started. Ruat hit that 3 from the baseline, obviously on the other side, but again, just the tip of the iceberg of what that kid can do. You know, shoot the 3, handle the ball. Just got to be a little more aggressive, a little more assertive, but he's a talented kid.
The dump down to Proctor. Sees the double team coming, kicks out of it. And that left the lane open. This is going to go to Valley.
But right there, that's a good possession from Polk. Caden got the double team, tried to make a move, kicked it out. You know, Polk got a pretty good look, but so much size inside there for Valley with Ruat Bijic and Kerr Dew at 6'9" each. It's tough to score for that much length.
There's Curtis Stinson. And he's able to flush it home.
Just a strong move right there, you know, going right at the young guards from Polk. And, you know, again, his dad was a heck of a player at Iowa State and won a G League title, I think, led by Nick Nurse back in the day here in Des Moines, and looked a lot like his father. Another tough pass there from Polk.
A near steal, Goodman. Down on the block, will get it back. He'll launch. How about that for the freshman?
Those Goodman boys, they got no conscience. They're going to fire it, and that's something Bodie's got to do more. Got to look for a shot again, especially with that kick out for the 3 right there, and then Ruat Bijic again. You know, we got to see more of that from him. He had the 3 in the corner this time. Get it, uses that length. You know, he covers so much ground with one dribble, just all the way to the rim from the top of the key, and boy, that is tough to stop.
He's got 11 right now. And the foul called against Carson Robbins, that's going to be his 3rd.
Hey, even though Ruat's only averaged 11, 12 points a game, he is one of the toughest matchups in the Metro, just with that size and length. As see a little pressure here from Valley, which I like. Speed the game up. Both teams, you know, I think good things happen.
Opens up the scoring potentially a little bit more on both sides.
Yeah, you know, Valley, you know, I think it's usually like with a press like that, it's one trap and then back, and you know, Polk handled it well. We got Riley Edwards, their leading scorer, knocking down a big triple. Maybe get him going.
He's got 7, 2-point game here. Boy, Polk has some shooters on the wings.
Yeah, they really do. You know, all those, you know, besides Caden Proctor, everybody else can shoot it from outside. That's a good defense there by Moberly.
He ties it up, gives the Rams back the possession.
You know, just a really good play right there, good pass, and you know, Connor Moberly's not afraid to stick his nose in there and get that ball and get his team another possession.
Proctor with the rebound. And a travel is going to be called on Southeast Polk. Carson Robbins upset with himself there.
Yeah, I think he's frustrated. He thought he got bumped a little bit. Well, that's a tough one, because on that pass, you saw Bodie Goodman knock down the 3, and it's just something where a little bit of bad luck. And Cost Polk 3 points. Both teams look a lot better here to start the half. Just more fluid offensively. On that first quarter, they just could not get anything going.
Morrow going to draw contact from Robbins, and that's a big one. That's going to be his 4th.
Yeah, you got, one sophomore comes out, Zeb Hins, the other sophomore comes in, but it's that youth, and this is what a senior multi-sport kid can do. Just use that strength and that maturity and draw the foul. And nice bucket there by Valley on that out-of-bounds set.
Yeah, able to knock it down again.
I think it was Bijek again, wasn't it? Yeah.
He's got 14 now.
Zeb Hins, a sophomore, I think it's his 3rd rebound now that he's come in. He's been active off the bench.
Near steal, and now the Tigers end up with it. Morrow into the front court. And an and one opportunity. What a tough hoop there by Cade Grevengood. It's his 2nd and 1.
I like Cade Grevengood. He's done some really terrific things right there because Odie Goodman just, really tried to stop the play, and Grevengood just uses that strength again. That's the difference between a senior and a sophomore and a freshman. You just go up and you go through them and you get the contact and 3-point play.
He's got 6 now. Valley extends their lead to 7, their largest of the game.
Again, I like this pressure from Valley. Give Polk a little different look. See how they handle it. Almost another steal right there.
How about Edwards? What a tough move.
Well, you don't average 22 points a game without having some moves. And you saw Riley Edwards knock down the 3 the previous time down, and really good spin move right there.
Bijek, he's starting to heat up, Wade.
It's just unguardable. Again, 6'9", you got to come out and get him off the 3-point line. Just take one dribble. And again, a couple times before, he took that one dribble and all the way to the basket. This time he just clears some space, and that's a 17-footer, and good luck.
Bijek with 10 here in the 3rd quarter.
With Valley really extending that defense, with all those turnovers Southeast Polk had that first half. They've done, again, a really good job this 3rd quarter. A lot of pressure on the ball handlers.
Here's Proctor, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that's maybe where you'd want to put Caden Proctor.
Are you gonna mention this? Are you the biggest human being in all of Polk County? You'll be the 7th pick in the NFL draft, and what would that be? 2028, 27? Go ahead, say it.
He's a good free throw shooter tonight.
He's 1 for 1. He comes in shooting, say it.
14%
from the line. But what's he shooting from the field, though? We got
73% from the field.
Okay, there you go. I bet he makes this one.
Yeah.
It went in,
Went in.
Enough said. 2 for 2 from Caden Proctor. 2 big made free throws there by Caden Proctor to cut the lead to 5.
This 3 off the mark, and
all joking aside,
yeah,
those are extra points that Southeast Polk, does not count on when the big fella goes to the line. But he's working at it. He's getting better, and he just, he's a presence in there. That's a good, strong move right there by Purdue. Again, he's been great. First time starting, came in averaging 1 point a game, and he's got 6 or 8 tonight. Been done a nice job on the boards, and good for that young man.
7-point lead here for the Valley Tigers again. Proctor working for position, and Dew's going to pick up the foul.
I think that's a good call right there, because I think the ref warned him a couple times down before, and a lot of those big guys, Shaq used to always get that back in the day. They just would bang on him and beat on him and lean on him, and just if it's a foul against somebody who's 5'11", 150 pounds, it's a foul on somebody who's 6'8", 300 pounds.
Now the 3 by Edwards. How about that?
Boy, it's been the Riley Edwards and Ruat Bijek show here in the 3rd quarter. Both guys heating up.
12 now in the game for Edwards. Trevian Carson into the contest here now for the Valley Tigers. He had an excellent first half. Here's Bijek. Oh!
again, you're just getting a glimpse here this third quarter of what Ruat can do. You know, he had some offers earlier from Arkansas and schools like that. You know, it's just something where he's got to figure out what he wants to do, where he wants to go. Could be a prep school type of kid, you know, put on some weight, but he is his best. Again, kid like that, best basketball is in front of him.
Bijic trying to battle for the rebound, and Proctor going to be called for the frustration foul. Bijic with Wade now 13 here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and you've seen everything here. You see good defense. He stayed on the ground, got the block shot, but he's hit threes here this quarter. You saw the one dribble from the top of the key. You saw the mid-range game. Good player. And it's a tough matchup for Caden Proctor. You know, it's just something where he doesn't have the foot speed to guard him from the three-point line, and I think Valley's kind of taking advantage of that.
And that three buried from the corner.
I think it was just a numbers game. You know, Valley was so bad that first half from three, but then, you know, you get another three there by Drew Seppel, the junior off the bench, big basket, and then, boy, another turnover there by Southeast Polk.
It's a 10-point lead for the Valley Tigers, their largest of the game, and a timeout going to be taken here by the Rams with 1:35 to play here in the third quarter. You're watching it here on MC22. Tie 45-35. It's a 10-point lead here. This thing was tied at 22, but it's been the second half of the Stars. And for the Valley Tigers, they've been getting a big night here in the second half by Bijic. And Ruat's been just lighting it up from the outside, but also making his work known inside.
He's just so long. You know, at 6'9", can handle the ball. Just right there, those three sets. Three-pointer, one dribble to the basket, mid-range. And, oh, by the way, let's hit another three. 6'9", long. That's tough to play against.
Still with 1:27 to play in the third quarter, and now Curtis Stinson Jr. able to get it going. He's got 6.
It's just that flow. You know, when your best player, Ruat, kind of takes over, it just makes it easier for everybody else. You know, Ruat had those 2 fouls early in the first quarter. You know, he was kind of, again, just that. There was no rhythm to anybody's game offensively. But Curtis Stinson, his dad did that a lot with those steals. Well, that's Carson. I'm sorry.
And Bijic able to get the follow-up. 15 now in the third quarter. 21 for the game. Where they were looking to find out who was going to replace Eli Raridan, but it's been a team effort here tonight, led by Bijic and Morrow getting into the scoring column here.
Yeah, Curtis Stinson's been better here in the third quarter. Mason Morrow's just solid. You know, kid's a gamer, quarterback on the football team, 2-year starter now on the basketball team, and Valley's still got some firepower. You know, Eli's their best player, best scorer, best rebounder, but they're still going to be okay. They're still going to be okay, and Southeast Polk's just got, you know, too many turnovers. It's tough.
See if Valley holds for one here with a 16-point lead.
I think you would. You know, run it down a little bit, get a set play. Got to be Bijic, something going to the basket. 2-man game maybe.
Morrow going to let that clock melt down a little bit. There's a drive and finish. How about that for Carson to wrap up the third quarter of play? And the Valley Tigers have really opened it up. They outscore Southeast Polk by 18 here in the third to lead at 53-35. 53-35, Valley with the lead on Southeast Polk as we've got the final 8 minutes of play here. What a quarter by the Valley Tigers, 31 points. And for the Rams, they got things going early with Edwards and Goodman. Just not enough, though.
Yeah, just something here, little Riley Edwards montage. And he had a nice third quarter, but the entire Valley team, I don't really remember them missing a shot that entire third quarter. And if they did, they got the offensive rebound, the putback. And I think if you're Southeast Polk here, you got to press, do something, try to make a game of it. And Valley just keep, Ruat Bijak, the Carson kids done a nice job off the bench. They still have some pieces.
Shot left short, tracked down by Morrow. And the Rams will try to bring it ahead here. And a little bump foul here going to be called on Carson. That'll be his first. Third team foul called against Valley here in the late half.
Good look there at Trevion Carson, the 6'3" junior. He's had a nice game tonight. Again, everybody's got to step up. Whether you were the sixth man on the bench, now maybe you're starting like Purdue did, and everybody, your playing time increases, the amount of shots you're going to get increases, and it's just something where I think Valley's done a nice job tonight, finding those pieces, trying to get better. Life without Eli Reardon's tough.
That was the fourth personal foul called against Caden Proctor. Team foul number 5 here in the late half against the Rams. Here's Morrow. And counted.
That's just a kid that's played a lot of sports and done a lot of good things at Valley. I think it's great when your quarterback's also the point guard of your team and leads everything out there. And he's really stepped up offensively now too tonight.
So Robbins will check out, fouling out of the game here. He's going to leave with 4 points tonight. So a lot of Rams in some foul trouble. Proctor with 4. Cantrell with a couple. As we're just barely into the fourth quarter, but Southeast Polk needing to make a move in a hurry. Down by 20.
And this Southeast Polk team, they're going to get better as the season goes on. They'll be better next year. They really have no seniors on the team that play at all. And a kid like that, like Lincoln Cantrell, he's just kind of grown into his body. He's 6'7", almost 6'8". Can do a lot of things on the basketball court, but
no
tonight,
basket for Bijak. Yeah, tonight.
Caden Proctor's night is done, and I think he's super happy with the way the game ended.
And Caden wasn't going to be denied.
I don't know if that, I guess that's a foul, kind of. I mean, he's kind of running down the court too, but he played well. 8 points, 8 rebounds. Hasn't played now in almost a month. He missed the last 2 games with those issues with his knee. So, again, just trying to get the rust off, and not enough here tonight.
So that's 2 Rams who fouled out. And actually, a technical was called on Southeast Polk.
They got the big fella going off the court. I like that fire, though. I mean, if you don't care and you're not fired up to play, then don't play. But I don't think that's the case with Caden. I think it's something where he's just an aggressive kid and didn't like the call, and I didn't think it was a great call either. And he's gonna get his money's worth.
This is turning into a 4 free throw opportunity here for Rod Bijak.
High school, it's technical fouls tough. 2 free throws and the ball, so it's tough when you get those, and it's just a little bit of frustration there from Caden Proctor from Southeast Polk. It's something where we were tied at half, and then all of a sudden, third quarter came and we weren't.
This Valley really flexing their muscles behind Bijak. And you don't want to say he was in the shadows of Raritan, but this is a really big coming out party for Bijak tonight.
Yeah, it really is. You know, he stepped up and he's done a lot of good things. I think he's got to get more rebounds. You know, I don't think he's great on the defensive rebounding end, but boy, he can lead the break, he can stretch the defense, and he's a matchup nightmare with that length and with that shooting ability. More good defense right there by Valley.
The outlet ahead to Bijic, who will save it back in. He'll fire the three. A rare miss for him in the second half here.
This has been a really good game for Valley, you know, to come back again, losing their best player, one of their best players, and just to overcome that. It's emotional, and they're at Johnson on Friday, which will be a great matchup. That Johnson team's got some players now. So, you know, they came here tonight, going to get a lot of bodies here off the bench these last 5 minutes. And Pokes at Urbandale, so Southeast Pokes at Urbandale on Friday. You know, that should be a game they should be competitive in. And he's got to find a way to get some more shots to fall.
I think Bijic's night's done. He's going to finish with 25. Unless something happens here, team up by 24. And Carson will pick up the foul here.
I just don't know if that's a foul. I mean, maybe with his arm on the back there.
Well, things have been called a little differently this year. More compact.
Points of emphasis. It's true. You know, and maybe you can't complain about the call. You got to complain about the rule. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. You know, it's something where good luck there by Lincoln Cantrell. I like his game. You know, just a junior, but got all that length. He's going to be okay. Yeah, you know, just something where they try to clean things up a little bit. It's hard. You know, you forget a high school court's only 84 feet versus 94 with a college court. And you got kids out here that are long and 6'8" and, you know, athletic, and, you know, a little bit of banging. It's just part of the physics of the game.
Here's Curdew. We're going back to his left hand, and he'll have to earn them at the line. What effort there.
And that's good patience right there. You know, that's a kid that hasn't even really taken a lot of shots this year, but takes his time, a good duck under move. Like you said, switches to the left, his weaker hand. Good looking stroke too there from the line.
Now with 7 in the contest. Curdew able to knock him down.
First made free throws of the year for Curdew.
So what's he shooting now, Wade?
Well, I don't know how many he attempted.
Oh, okay.
So you put me on the spot with my
but
math
he's 100% for the game.
Tonight.
Tonight,
yes.
There's
yes.
Riley Edwards.
Thanks, BJ.
You bet.
I was told there'd be no math. And here we go. You know, and Southeast Polk's so young, but they got tough kids. They got tough kids, and you look at the floor right now, they got sophomores and juniors and Bodie Goodman, the freshman, but they'll be okay as the year goes on.
Kiki Dang able to get into the scoring column.
Remember that name, Kiki Dang. He's going to be a player. You know, that backcourt with Stinson and Kiki, both freshmen, 6'3", long. They're going to cause nightmares throughout the Metro the next 3 or 4 years.
Firing the three, Cantrell.
That's back-to-back there by Lincoln. You know, that's something where, you know, he's got to take that and carry that over to next Friday. And, you know, Polk's really good defensively. You know, they just ran into a really hot shooting team. Again, another really good move there by Curdew. Holy cow. He's played great tonight. But you just got to find something positive from this game, talk about it, and then move on to at Urbandale on Friday for the Rams.
Double figures is Curdew with 10. We were wondering who that 5th starter was going to be for Valley coming into tonight, with Eli Raritan now out with the injury. And Curdew has really filled that void. Double figures tonight. Carson going to pick up the foul here, his 3rd.
Yeah, and again, you see Curdew here coming off the floor. You know, what a luxury to bring a 6'8" kid off the bench, you know, to replace your All-American tight end who got 37 the other night against Dowling. But, you know, Curdew's been really solid. I like his footwork, you know, big kid, and took his time, knocked down both free throws, and hopefully he can build on tonight and just carry that over the rest of the year.
Each team going to be opening up their bench here. Jake Allen coming into the game for the Valley Tigers. We'll get the others as we get them out on the floor. Tyson Trimble. Carson will remain out there. Kiki Dang also out there. Stinson Jr. And for Southeast Polk, getting in some athletes here into the game here tonight. As you look at Goodman, talk about a player for the future. The freshman.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, a kid like Bodie Goodman probably should be playing on the sophomore team as a freshman and, you know, getting 20 points a game, but they need him here right now at Polk, and he's got to find a way to, you know, that last play, you got to be stronger with the ball and just kind of get a glimpse of what he can do right there. You know, he can shoot it, put it on the floor, but he's got to get stronger with that ball right there. Don't let those guys come in and tie you up like that. Now, it's easier said than done when the kid's only 14 years old trying to play against, you know, Mason Morrow, who's a man out there. But Polk's going to be okay. Good win here tonight for Valley, and that big third quarter was just the difference.
Yeah, they scored 31. Now Stinson Jr. can't get it to fall. Carson able to bang it home on the offensive glass. He's got 7.
Another kid that's been, we talked about, been stepped up really well tonight. Trevion Carson came in, you know, only averaging a point and a half a game. He's got 7 or 8 already tonight. Good for that young man.
Oh, the shot just off the mark
Kiki
for Noah
Dang.
Frank.
I just like saying Kiki Dang.
And the 3 knocked down by the Valley Tigers and Chuck Epperly, who just checked into the game. So 90 seconds to go. 25-point lead and the block by Carson. Epperly leading the break. The kick out to Dang. And he'll tap it ahead to Stinson. Going now to Carson, and Valley is going to salt the clock here.
Yeah, just kind of set things up, run out the clock, and again, you know, really good third quarter there for Valley. Just came out with 31 points. So that's a ton of points in an 8-minute high school basketball game with no shot clock, and they just knocked down everything. They have a difference in the game.
How about that for the Tigers? Able to knock it down is Owen. And Dang with the rebound. 40 seconds to play. And Owen really getting into the scoring column now. He's got 4.
Another one of those football players out here playing basketball and making the most of his minutes.
Valley by 29.
Quick turnaround for both these teams. Yeah. Road games on Friday.
Johnston and Urbandale. Johnston for Valley and Urbandale, as you'd mentioned, for Southeast Polk. A little bit of a gauntlet ahead for both of them as you look at the rest of the way down the stretch. So about ready to cap this one off as the shot at the horn is buried there by Jack Casey. And so Valley is going to walk away with a 74-47 win over Southeast Polk.